A king signed a law that could get Daniel thrown into a lion's den, and Daniel knew it, but he still prayed to God. This is the story of Daniel in the lion's den. Daniel lived in Babylon. He was wise, faithful, and trusted by the king. In fact, King Darius liked Daniel so much that he planned to put him in charge over the whole kingdom. That made some of the other leaders jealous. They watched Daniel closely. They wanted to find something wrong with him, but they could not. Daniel worked honestly. He was careful. He was faithful. So the jealous leaders made a new plan. They said, "We will never trap Daniel unless it has something to do with his God." Then they went to the king. They spoke with respect, but their plan was not honest. They said, "King Darius, live forever. We think you should make a new law." They wanted a law that said this: for 30 days, no one could pray to any god or any person except the king. If anyone disobeyed, they would be thrown into the lion's den. It sounded important. It sounded royal. And the king agreed. He signed the law. In that kingdom, once a royal law was signed, it could not be changed. Now Daniel knew the law had been signed. He knew the danger. He knew what could happen. But Daniel did what he had always done. He went to his house. He opened his window toward Jerusalem, and he prayed to God. Not once, 3 times that day. He thanked God. He asked for help. He kept trusting. The jealous leaders were waiting. They saw Daniel praying. They hurried back to the king. They said, "Did you not sign a law that no one may pray to any god or person except you for 30 days?" The king answered, "Yes, the law stands." Then they said, "Daniel has ignored your law. He still prays to his God." When the king heard this, he was upset. He realized they had tricked him. He did not want to punish Daniel. All day long, King Darius tried to find a way to rescue him, but the law could not be changed. As the sun began to set, the men came back to the king. They reminded him, "No law signed by the king can be changed." So the king gave the order. Daniel was brought to the lion's den. Before Daniel was lowered in, the king said something important. He said, "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." A stone was brought and placed over the opening. The king sealed it with his own seal. Then he returned to his palace, but he could not rest. That night, the king would not eat. He did not want music. He could not sleep. He was worried for Daniel. And Daniel was in the den. It was dark. It was silent. And Daniel was not alone. But Daniel was not abandoned. And God shut the lions' mouths. All through the night, God protected Daniel. No lion harmed him. No fear could separate him from God's care. At the first light of morning, King Darius hurried to the den. He called out with a worried voice, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God been able to rescue you from the lions?" Then Daniel answered. He said, "O king, live forever. My God sent his angel and shut the lions' mouths. They have not hurt me because I was found innocent before him." The king was filled with joy. He ordered Daniel to be lifted out of the den. And when Daniel came out, everyone could see it. He was safe. No harm had come to him because he had trusted in his God. Then King Darius wrote a message to all the people in his kingdom. He said that everyone should respect the God of Daniel. He said that God is the living God. He said that God rescues and saves. And all across the kingdom, people heard what God had done. Daniel's story became a powerful reminder. God sees those who are faithful. God is with his people in danger. And trusting God matters, even when it is hard. Daniel did not obey God only when it was easy. He obeyed God when it was risky. He prayed when others watched. He trusted when the outcome was uncertain. And God was with him. If you ever feel afraid, remember Daniel. You can pray. You can trust God. And you can be faithful even when others are not. God can give courage in hard moments. Subscribe for more Brick Bible stories.